Thank you for staying with us here on Politics Today on Channels Television. Well, you can be part of the program by sending your tweets and your emails to politicstoday@channelstv.com or send your tweets on my handle at Sheung Okin. But this time around, I told you we'll be going to Osun State. You know, the politics of Osun State, for a lot of people who have been following politics around Nigeria for a while now, in about a decade or over, we've seen it come in a controversial dimension. But this time around, it seems it's more competitive, considering the players who have come with more intensity, some who have played in that waters before, are now coming with so much vigor. And the incumbent is saying that it doesn't want to leave and make sure that he regains the mandate later this year. August precisely, that's when the people of Osun State will go back to the polls to elect the governor of their choice. Well, joining me in the studio tonight is Senator Iyola Omishore. Thank you for joining us on Politics Today.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, yesterday you formally announced that you are going to be running for the governorship seat. Well, you don't have that ticket yet. You're still an aspirant. But the debate around your personality, your person, in Osun State is the fact that you are a threat in some quarters, and the fact remains that one will be asking the question, since 1999 you've had your eyes on the governorship seat of Osun State. One will want to ask you, what exactly is it that you have your eyes set on these? You remember when you were deputy governor with Chief Bisi Akonde, you actually wanted to run, you were begged to step down. Up to this time around, you still have your eyes. What is it exactly that has kept your eyes on that particular seat?
Well, thank you very much, Sheung. In 1998 precisely, I was prevailed upon by the leadership of Alliance for Democracy to step down for my former governor, my former boss, Chief Bisi Akonde, which I did willingly, out of respect for the party leadership. The Bible says that whoever begins to plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom of God. And the vision I have for Osun State up to today still remains a burning desire within me. Those things I saw in 1999 up to today are things I'm still warning. I'm still struggling for improvement and development. So my exposure and experience as deputy governor for 4 years, they've been in the Senate for 8 years, has really borne my desire more to want to engage the state, to give my state a stable leadership and an equal experienced leadership so that other states in this country can actually emulate and appreciate that a man of experience, a man of integrity, a man of courage is taking over from the present government come 9th of August 2014.
All right, it's interesting actually. I mean, looking at the dimension which your party was thrown out of office in 2010, when the court says that by noon of that day that he gave the judgment, Aregbesola must be called to become governor of the state. It was a very tense situation at that time that we saw a lot of violence happen. Aregbesola was in court with about 168 exhibits. He had over 100 witnesses that showed clearly that your party at that time did a lot of ballot stuffing, involved in violence and all of that. Is the game changing this time around? Is your party going to go into this election with violence?
Well, PDP is not known for violence at all. I'm sure there's a need for you to understand that judgment of 2010, which became a controversy in this country today, that saw PDP out of government in Osun State. Governor Aregbesola forged police report. This criminal case is pending in Federal High Court.
But he's denied it and he challenged it in court.
He didn't. The case is pending in court. It's only he resumed immunity at the point he been taken to court. So after his governorship business this year, we will resume in his case very soon. There too, the cases at the point where we poll 767,000 votes in Osun State, and the Court of Appeal in their own wisdom cancelled half of the electoral votes. And the law says that you can only cancel election when there is no substantial compliance. And in this case, there was substantial compliance, but in the wisdom of the court, these were cancelled. That was the controversy that led to the issue of Salami Saga that saw the last PCA of the Court of Appeal out of office. The issue of court laws now came in. They will now see that there was compromise between the judiciary at that point in time on that case and Osun State government. And the case is pending in court.
My question precisely is that with the kind of image that your party had, considering the judgment that saw Aregbesola became governor of Osun State, do you stand a good chance? PDP, does it stand a good chance in winning election come August this year?
Osun State is a PDP state.
Really? Even with APC?
With APC, of course.
How do you mean?
Because they came to the courts. Elections are not held now.
But elections were held, which was challenged. And the court ruled that your party did ballot stuffing and had violence in the election.
The case I'm saying is that that case of the court ruling was compromised as well. We challenged the court ruling court. There was a special tribunal was set up to this effect. And all Nigerians were privy to these facts. And this is a case of discussion. And up to today, it's still the IG. The court logs, the conversation between the courts, judges, and the APC. Even interestingly, before the judgment was read, they already celebrating. There was a leakage of court judgment. On the morning of that judgment, by 9 a.m., they already celebrating Osun State. Well, the musician was already on stage, and the court was on.
So you think it's premeditated?
Of course, basically. And of course, it was caught earlier on. There was an address of Aregbesola leaked 2 months before that time. Basically, it shows that there was a compromise along the line. So the real election is just coming now, where we are going to see the strength of PDP and of APC. And what is happening in Osun State today, what you have seen yesterday, you can see that Osun State is particularly a PDP state.
When you say Osun State is a PDP state, a lot of people in Osun State will not agree with you. How do you think?
Well, I don't think so, because you don't live in Osun State.
But I have been to Osun State. I know what happens in Osun State.
What have you seen in Osun State?
Not everybody will agree with you that Osun State is a PDP state.
Well, basically, I'm telling you that Osun is a PDP state. Because nothing has changed from the last time of PDP government. What we have in Osun State today are just ongoing jobs. This is 3.5 years of any government. Any government has 3 years has not commissioned a single project. The only one done is one park, Owo Park on Bagan Road, which we were grown by weeks now. All of that things are ongoing projects in that state for 3.5 years. My state people are fed up. They are fed up. They need a change of government. And of course, they are taking solace that they didn't vote for Aregbesola in the first instance that came to the courts. So basically, that's why they are not even bothered at all. So that is why you see that Aregbesola now today, he has filled up the stage with billboards and signboard, posters everywhere, more than 4,000 billboards everywhere. So the state is under siege by the government of the
It's
state.
interesting that you said the state is under siege, because we understand that that same government is a government that is thinking on what it called modern refacing of the state. But let me ask you, a lot of persons will be curious, when we talk about Senator Yellow Omishore and the issue of the death of a former Attorney General of the nation, late Chief Bola Ige. A lot of people, when they talk about that particular man and his death and the situation surrounding his death, a lot of fingers seems to be pointing at you. What is your relationship about that death? Do you know anything about his death?
Well, like I've said many times before now, I did not know anything about the death, and of course I went to a court process for 3 years and 2 months. I was discharged and acquitted. In the judgment, the judge said that I have no business in court. That there was no nexus between my person and the death of our late leader. The judge in his own wisdom said I have no business in court. That case not be given consent of hearing. I'm back in court now to seek 2 billion damages for malicious prosecution. So there are myriads of controversies, myriads of confusion along the line. There are false witnesses and fake witnesses. I've challenged your state government to court now They are trying to find a way of dodging away. But this is an example of people framing people up. The idea was a frame up.
So you think you were framed up?
It's a basic because of the election.
All right, when you say you have no business in the death of Bola Ige, a lot of people will say you do have a business. Just for example, at a particular reported case when the late Bola Ige was beaten up, you were said to have been there. In fact, you were said to have removed his cap, smashed his glasses.
Well, all these are rumors you faced with.
There was
no time he was beaten up. There was no time
that he was beaten up.
No time at all.
Around the palace of the.
There was no time at all. These are just figments and rumors being sold everywhere. There was no time.
So there was no time that you had. You saw him being beaten up.
There was no time he was beaten up anywhere in this country.
Really?
Oh yes.
At that time, you heard about his son. I mean, his eyeglasses being smashed.
The only thing happened was his car was removed. I was deputy governor. I was with Oni. They came to report to me that Chief Bola Ige was removed, and I called the director of SS immediately. That what were you doing to allow such to happen to minister? They quickly apologized to me. So it has no business at all with me at all.
A lot of people.
But you know, let me explain to you. You know what happened? When you are trying to create a story of frame up, they are all about electioneering. 2003 election was approaching. There's a need for AD to win election by all means at all costs. Because they failed people, workers were sacked in Osun State, nothing was happening, workers were on strike. At the time of election, all of workers were on strike. There were crises everywhere, the party was suspicious. The only thing they had that time was to create a frame up. And not you. I was arrested without an advisor of DPP. I was arrested with no advisor of DPP. The cause has to be released unconditionally. So you have to follow this process very well. Because the press has been malign. Once to be pushed out to the price.
All right, just a moment. Hold the thought, Senator Yellow Mishore. I have Mr. Adedi Adelowo, the chairman of the APC in Osun State. I'm very sure that he's been listening to us on the program. Mr. Adelowo, can you tell us, you've heard and you've been listening to Senator Mishore about the situation in Osun State. He said that there is no single project that has been completed
and commissioned.
None. Respond to this, if you may, please. I guess we are having an issue. We'll get back to him later.
Look, this is a physical. When you say projects, they are physical.
But even the road construction that is going on, the educational reforms that are going on in Osun State.
Let me say to you, when you say road construction, I'm a chartered engineer, I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I know that.
This is a physical. They're not like medicine or APC or caffeine that can be used and you don't see anymore. Those projects, they are ongoing projects in the state. This is third year running.
Okay.
Just the government is due to leave in August this year. And everything you have in that state today are ongoing projects.
All right, just a moment.
And like I said, the commission is a robo park, which is being grown by goods today.
All right, just a moment. We need to go on a very short break. It's a commercial break, but we'll be back to discuss more with Senator Yellow Mishore on the situation in Osun State and the governorship seat that will be contested August 9th.